All righty, everybody. Hi there. Carson Meredith with you. Good to see everybody again. It is 6:55. It's a Saturday night in November, and we're talking about snow. We're talking about a lot, actually. So sit back, relax, and enjoy because we're going to be here for a little bit tonight. There are so many little pieces to the puzzle that all have to fit over the next 48 hours. And quite honestly, it's tough to talk about all those puzzle pieces in 3 minutes on TV. So we're going to take our time breaking down everything from storms tonight to cold air to snow. It is all on the way over the next 48 hours or so. Let me get you outside. First of all, tonight, if it'll let me, there you go. That's downtown, of course, from our Jeffersonville SkyTrack camera. And what a gorgeous day it was, huh? We knew it would be nice and pleasant temperature-wise, but if I'm being honest with you, we saw a lot more sunshine today than I expected. That's a good thing. So it was a really great day to get outside. A lot of folks probably at L&N Stadium. Cards about to kick off against Cal in an ACC game. Make it make sense. The Cats are in Lexington, of course, here in about a half hour, taking on Florida. Good night for football. Good night for any Saturday plans. 62 is our current temperature. The 7 o'clock update hasn't come in quite yet, but I would imagine we're going to be hovering right around 60 when that update does come in. That, of course, is here in the city. Most of you, as we close in on 7, are down into the 50s tonight. Where's our friends in Shelbyville, Bardstown, Lebanon, Columbia? All of you guys checking in at 57, 54 in E-Town, 55 in Corden, and it's still 60 up in Salem. So not bad at all, at least for now. Radar is fairly quiet. It still is for the most part. Any rain chance we have this evening is likely going to be confined towards Lawrence, Jackson, and Jennings County. Some of the high-res models have been trying to squeeze out a couple of raindrops this evening up there. So if you're in Bedford, Seymour, North Vernon, don't be shocked if you see a couple of sprinkles this evening. But it's really not until after midnight tonight when things start to get a little rowdy. All right, let's zoom out and I'll show you why and where we're going next. So this is it. This is the low pressure. This is the entire storm system that's going to give us all kinds of trouble over the next 2 days. You see this gigantic shield of rain across northern Illinois, northwest Indiana. If you're a Notre Dame fan, you're probably going to be watching that game tonight on Wave. It will be raining up in South Bend. And even further to the north, there it is. There's the snow up across much of Iowa into southern Wisconsin. So it's that time of year where we're figuring out where the rain-snow line is on the north side of the low. So this system is making its way eastward at a pretty decent clip. But what we're first going to watch tonight, the first puzzle piece, if you will be the front itself that's out near Columbia, Missouri at the moment. I do expect as the evening goes on, maybe a while, but I do expect at least sometime tonight, before midnight, there's going to be a little cluster of thunderstorms that develops directly along that front. It's not going to be a major cluster of storms. Some of you may get missed. And it's a one and done when it comes to the storm potential. But once those storms get going out here in probably Illinois, honestly, they will zip eastward right down I-64. And for some of us, that means an early wake-up call tonight and into early on Sunday. See the latest update? The surface map came in. Not sure about that low pressure placement, but you get the idea. The system's on its way. Overnight tonight, scattered storms will be back on the increase. It's about a 60% chance after midnight especially. Midnight to 6 a.m. is the very broad window that we're going to be watching for storms tonight. More specifically, I'd say 1 to 4 a.m. And notice those temperatures. We're going to drop into the 40s as this front moves through. So it'll still be a little on the mild side until that front arrives. Once that front gets out of here, though, these temperatures will start to drop rather quickly. So 44 is our forecast low tonight. Now, as far as a severe weather threat, and I know y'all want to talk about snow, but I got to get through this first. When we're talking about storms tonight, there is a low, I mean low chance that they could be on the stronger side. The SPC earlier today added this marginal risk area that covers basically those of you along the Kentucky parkways, points north. So all of Indiana, all of southern Indiana, Louisville, LaGrange, Shelbyville, Brandenburg, Shepherdsville. I get it. I understand that possibility for a rogue wind gust here or there. But the fact of the matter is there's just hardly any surface instability. There's no storm fuel here at the ground. There is a little bit of instability above our heads, but there's nothing closer to the ground. So these storms will just, for the most part, be loud storms tonight. Could we have a brief gusty wind? Sure. I can't totally rule it out. You guys know I'm going to be here all night watching it. But this should not be a major concern. I just wanted to do our due diligence, mention that that risk is at least there. Okay. Futurecast for the storms tonight, 2 a.m. Notice those storms, very broken cluster of storms, not all that organized, arriving in our western counties around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And they're just going to zip on eastward, basically down I-64 as the night goes on. So there's 5 a.m. moving through Henry County, Franklin County, down towards Washington County, Kentucky, out near Springfield. And by 7 a.m., they are long gone. And all we're left with tomorrow morning is just drizzle and light rain showers to start things off tomorrow morning. So it's a one and done when it comes to the storms. Midnight to 6 a.m., generally speaking. More specifically, 1 to about 4, maybe 5 a.m. That's the main time frame that I'm watching. So we'll leave Futurecast there, go through some comments, and then we'll talk snow, okay? Who's here? Michael C. Wells, photography is here. Hello, hello. Bring on the snow. All the bots are out. All the bots are out. Crispy's here. Kelly's here. Tina's here. Adam, hello, hello. 10-0 Hoosiers. A little close earlier today, but what a finish that was. Shonda's here. Weather Geek's here. Hot tea for a lot of you, no doubt. Storm Chaser Jason, hello. Michelle, Linden, hi. Nita, thank you. I did enjoy my weekend off. Got to take a trip down to the old alma mater in Bowling Green, and it was a great weekend. I enjoyed it. Much needed break for sure. DJ King's here. All right. Angela's here. Noodlehead. All right. Now, let's talk snow. Because that's really why you guys are here. All right. I want to start off with the hour-by-hour precipitation chances for tomorrow. Got to get back into the routine of saying precipitation instead of rain chances. So here we go. Most of the day tomorrow, we are going to have drizzle or light rain showers. But it's going to be a nasty, raw, blustery day. If you like football, it's a great day to stay inside and just watch all the pro games on Sunday. It's about a 20% chance for that drizzle during the first half of the day. But as we go later into the evening, let's say around 4, 5, 6 o'clock, those temperatures are going to start flirting near the freezing mark, still likely above it at that point. But as we head later into the evening, 4, 5, 6 p.m., we're going to start to see that rain transition to snow. It'll take a few hours for that transition to complete, but you see those pink bars into the early evening. That's where we will likely be tracking a mixture of rain and snow showers across wave country. So when I'm talking to you guys this time tomorrow night, I'm pretty confident I'm going to have some green on the radar, some blue, and a little bit of pink. As we go later into the night, that snow shower coverage, first of all, we go to all snow later into the night, but there's not going to be, widespread snow showers necessarily Sunday night. It's about a 30% chance. Between Sunday night and Monday night, when you're talking about travel issues, I'm more concerned about Monday night. So for Sunday night, still some snow showers possible, but it's not too terribly widespread tomorrow night. It's really during the day on Monday that I'm most concerned about when you're talking about how high those snow chances will go. So let's go through Futurecast for Sunday during the day and into the evening. Noon, still just drizzle, still just light rain showers. Cold, yucky, nasty, blustery, but not a huge deal yet. Here we go around 5 p.m. See what I was talking about? We got a little bit of green still down across our Kentucky counties. We've got some pinks. We got some mixtures. And then southern Indiana, around 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, we've likely got all snow. So it is going to be a very mixed bag as we go through tomorrow evening, as that colder air continues to deepen and move into wave country. Most of the day tomorrow will be in the low 40s, but as we get to around 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, we'll likely fall into the mid 30s pretty quickly once that sun goes down. Later into the night, you notice those snow showers are still just kind of coming at us in waves. Nothing too terribly heavy. I think any snow showers tomorrow night are light, not necessarily enough to cause much in the way of accumulations yet for Sunday night. The heavier snowfall Sunday night will be to our north and east, up closer to Cincy and into eastern Kentucky. So that's the story for tomorrow. Mostly light rain showers and drizzle during the day. Excuse me. And it's not until late Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening when we start to see that transition take place. Then we get into Monday. The alert day kicks in. Few reasons why. This is not one of those deals where, okay, we're going to get an inch of snow, so we're putting the alert day out. This is a combination of impacts for you guys that we have this alert day in place. First of all, the snow showers will ramp up through the day on Monday. As you see here on Futurecast, 4 o'clock Monday morning, nothing too terribly widespread, but as we get later into the day, here comes the more widespread snow showers. And this is the HRRR model, the HRRR. You guys know I love using this model. It has been very consistent in the last 2 or 3 runs, bringing in a decent swath of snow around midday on Monday. And what we're going to have to watch closely during this time frame is heavier burst of snow within this big snow shield, right? So if you got these little bursts of snow, that's going to be enough to drop those visibilities. And that's where you're going to get these accumulations, if anything, mainly during the midday, early afternoon hours on Monday. All the while, it's downright cold. It's blustery. It's just going to be a nasty day again on Monday, too. Highs in the 30s if we're lucky. Wind chills in the 20s during the day. The mornings are worse. So here's 11 a.m. Snow showers, pretty widespread. I bumped up that snow chance to 60% on Monday based on what we're seeing here with the HRRR model. We go into the afternoon. The HRRR runs out of data past 1 o'clock. I'll get a new update for you tonight. But you still see this fairly widespread swath of snow still rolling through. This is where we're going to see the accumulations, in my opinion, is midday Monday into the afternoon. So we head into Monday night. The snow starts to move out. Skies will clear pretty quick. And then it'll be a wait and see game to see what kind of travel issues we have. So during the day on Monday, the issue primarily is going to be visibility. We get heavier bursts of snow, snow squalls in particular. That's going to be enough to maybe cause some reduced visibilities on the roads. So that's part of the reason the alert day is in place. The other is for slick spots, mainly Monday morning and especially Tuesday morning when the temperatures are at their coldest. Our snowfall forecast has not changed. I don't see any reason to touch it. The rest of the crew did a great job drawing this out. Less than an inch across the board for all 34 of our counties. If you wanted me to get more specific, I'd say most of us about a half inch at most. So for many of you, this is not going to be a major problem. But as we talked about, those bursts of heavy snow on Monday could reduce visibilities. And at least each morning, Monday morning and Tuesday morning, there could be slick spots. A lot of times in wave country, it only takes a half inch or 1 inch of snow to cause the biggest problems on the roads. Why? Because a lot of us, if we're being honest, well, most of us can't drive in the snow. Let's just call it like it is. But most of us kind of dismiss a little half inch or 1 inch of snow and just keep driving like we normally do, like it's the Daytona 500. Let's not do that Monday morning or Tuesday morning, because I do think it'll be cold enough for at least a few slick spots on bridges and overpasses especially. So you're talking about, okay, it's going to be cold. How cold? Well, let's look at Monday morning. Ouch. Lows in the mid-20s across the board. 27 in Louisville Monday morning. 22, 23, 24. Anywhere in that ballpark is where we're going to be with actual air temperatures Monday morning. When you factor in that blustery wind out of the north and west, it's going to feel more like the teens. It'll feel more like 17 in Louisville. It'll feel more like 14 in E-Town and Fort Knox and Litchfield and Salem and LaGrange. May feel as cold as 13 in a few outlying areas. So depending on how many snow showers we see tomorrow night, there could be some slick spots on bridges and overpasses Monday morning. Not a major concern Monday morning, but it's got to be watched. It's Tuesday morning for me that I'm most concerned about with slick spots, because it's going to be even colder Tuesday morning by a couple degrees. There's a chance some of you could have your actual temperatures fall into the upper teens Tuesday morning. And when you look at the wind chills Tuesday morning, they too are colder. There may be, I don't think this is widespread, but there may be 1 or 2 spots that have wind chills in the single digits Tuesday morning. So that's why I'm a little more concerned about Tuesday morning, is you're going to have all of that snow moving through during the day on Monday. Those heavier bursts may cause that light accumulation. And even if they don't, you're still going to have residual moisture on those bridges and overpasses, and that could freeze up once we go below freezing. So there's just so many different segments of this alert day, and we just decided let's make it one big block, Sunday night, Monday, and Tuesday morning, because it's going to be messy during that time frame. Let me pull up the 10-day. Sorry, I've been rambling too long. I know some of y'all don't like it. Here we go. And you do notice improvement towards the end of next week. Wednesday looks windy. We'll keep an eye on that. It looks like a nice day, mostly sunny, but there could be some gusts upwards of 25, 30 miles an hour. So we'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, we head into late next weekend. It looks good for now. Looks warm. Mid-upper 60s next weekend. There's some models that have been hinting at a little burst of rain showers Friday. We'll watch it. Not a big deal at this point. But if you do not like this early taste of winter that's on the way, fear not. It's not going to last too terribly long. In fact, it should be gone by Tuesday afternoon and especially by Wednesday. So yeah, that's where we are. And I know a lot of you have been going through the comments. I just kind of wanted to get all the info out there before we took a deep dive into those questions. So here we go. Austin, hello. For tonight's storms, do you mean lots of lightning when you're talking loud? Yeah. Just a decent bit of lightning, thunder. That's really the main issue tonight. You guys know I'll be here watching for any little wind gusts that may try to flare up, but shouldn't be a major deal. Shouldn't be a big deal. Crystal, hello. Wanda's watching in Greensburg. ZK, why does Carson always miss me? Hey, I got you tonight, ZK. I got you, man. I got you. Hope you're good. Albert, been off a while. My wife passed away. I'm so sorry, Albert. That's very sad. My prayers to you and your family. Glad you're here, though. Always glad when you're here with us on the weekends. Blue's here. No worries for being late. Stacy, hate winter. The roads get slick and all the accidents. And it's like I said, usually it's these minor snow events, at least when you're looking at how much snow. It's usually these like 1/2 inch or 1 inch snowfall events that give us the most trouble because a lot of people just kind of dismiss it. So that's kind of why we flag the alert day. It's also the first blast of snow this year. So we always kind of have a lower threshold for that first alert day for snow in general. But yeah, Monday morning and Tuesday morning, I think are the time frames we got to watch the most for slick spots. During the day on Monday is when I'm most concerned about visibilities when it comes to those snow squalls moving through. So a lot of different parts that we got to watch here in the days to come. The next couple of days, really. Adam makes a good point about during the day when it comes to those accumulations, you got to have high enough snowfall rates for this stuff to stick. That is exactly right. That's why our forecast is less than 1 inch, more specifically around 1/2 inch at this point. But again, you still got that residual moisture on those bridges and overpasses that are not warm. Got that cold air moving underneath them. And that's where you could have a slick spot concern. Most of you are going to be fine Monday and Tuesday morning. There will, however, be some slick spots on bridges and overpasses, especially on Tuesday morning. Is there going to be a winter weather advisory? Not sure. It just depends on how widespread the travel issues are, in my opinion. And it also depends on how many snow squalls we see on Monday. It's kind of a wait and see game with that. Jessica, talking about those ground temps, what are they? I was looking earlier today at the Mesonet, the Kentucky Mesonet, and the ground is still pretty warm. It's in the 40s and 50s, closer to the surface. So that's good. That helps. That's why I'm not worried about a huge flash freeze. I'm not worried about a morning commute where everybody's slip sliding around and there's wrecks everywhere. What I'm worried about are those bridges and overpasses that aren't insulated by that warmer ground. That's my big concern. Crispy, any tornado concern tonight? No, there is not. Let's see. Tina, with all these cars that have those safety features, people forget how to drive. Well, yeah. And it's like I said, a lot of folks do not really know how to drive in general, let alone with snow. So better safe than sorry. Our job isn't to hype, it's to inform. And that's what we do with our alert days here, at least. Let's see. So many comments tonight. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Adam's got a good question. Do you see any severe weather in the long term with these roller coaster temps? And Hoosiers about gave Adam a heart attack today. Yeah, I would imagine. As far as any long-term severe weather, you see that system at the end of the 10-day. What would that be? Next Tuesday, the 18th? It's something to watch. Nothing screams severe weather at this point, but in general, the weather pattern is just going to be more active. And that's not out of the ordinary for November. But nothing really screams severe at this stage of the game that I've seen. So Austin, will we avoid snow-covered roads? In all likelihood, yes. The main issue, again, as we've emphasized, is slick spots on bridges and overpasses Monday morning and Tuesday morning, especially Tuesday morning. And then low visibilities if we get snow squalls during the day on Monday. Those are the main two concerns I've got, at least. Are you or Brian more excited for winter? Brian, most definitely Brian. I am not. I'm a big fall fan, so I'm starting to get a little sad. And now it's starting to get at least a little cooler for now. Let's see. Todd, that's enough winter. Let's go back to sunny and 75. Believe me, if I could, I would. What are swaths? Is it the same as surfing? Not quite. When we're talking about swaths of snow, it's just kind of that more widespread stuff, just kind of blankets the map. Hope that makes sense. Steven, does it look windy with the snow system? Yes, very. We kind of mentioned it with the wind chills. We're looking at wind gusts around 20 to 30 miles per hour for most of this, starting tomorrow and going into the day on Monday. So it's going to be quite windy, quite blustery. So each morning, those actual temperatures are in the 20s, but it feels more like the teens, thanks to that blustery wind. At Lime Forever on YouTube, do you think there's school on Monday and Tuesday? I was wondering when we would get that question. Always the disclaimer, we do not make school decisions. Those are decided by the districts themselves. I'm not the kind of person that likes to speculate, to be honest with you. So I'm going to leave that entirely up to all the districts around Wave Country when it comes to school. So I'll leave it there. Let's see. What's up with the winter storm watch in northern Indiana? Well, Tennessee's not under a winter storm watch. They're under a freeze watch. It's going to get mighty cold down there, at least for them. But northern Indiana, they are going to get a consistent heavy band of lake effect snow off of Lake Michigan for over the next 12 to 24 hours. I'll be honest, I haven't looked at the specifics up there, but they could pick up close to, if not more than a foot of snow out of this, just from lake effect. So that's why the winter storm watch is in effect up there. A few more comments and then we'll wrap it up. I think we're almost done anyway. Rosalind on YouTube recently bought a vintage, wacky, colorful snowsuit and is ready to use it. Well, I'm not sure, Rosalind, if you're going to be able to use it this go round. But maybe later in the winter, if we get another big storm, we'll see. That's cool, though. That's very, very cool. Let's see. Steven, how long do you see the 60s lasting that start on Wednesday? We'll make this the last question here. It looks like it's going to stick around into a good chunk of mid and late November. In fact, I'll pull up the 2-week trend. This takes us all the way up until the 22nd. And you see basically the entire central and eastern U.S. is going to likely be a warmer, above average in the temperature department. So again, this cold blast is not going to last long, and heading into the rest of November, at least the next couple of weeks, it does trend quite a bit warmer. So these 50s and 60s, I do think once they come back, are going to be sticking around for a bit. So yeah, this cold blast is not going to last forever. That is for sure. And all right, I think that's all we got. Any more snowfall chances after this? Not in the 10-day. I don't really see much of anything for the next couple of weeks after Monday, after tomorrow night and Monday. So that's going to do it, guys. Appreciate you watching. A lot of different pieces to the puzzle. Hopefully they all make sense. Because as I've always said, it's hard for me to get all of that info out in 3 minutes. Soon it'll be 2 minutes. So that's why I like to break it all down for you on these live streams here on Wave Weather Now. And we'll do it again tomorrow night as well. But you can catch me again tonight on Wave News at 11 after football. And if you're going to go to sleep, no worries. Sleep well. And I will be back here tomorrow evening, likely tracking rain and snow showers about 24 hours from now. And we'll have an updated look at Monday's snow as well around this time tomorrow night. Thanks, Adam. Good to be back. Good to be back and at it. What a weekend to come back, huh? All right, guys, that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later. Take care.